Being a professional athlete and a bike tester sounds like the dream. You get free parts and bikes turn up on your doorstep and all you've got to do is go and ride them. It's a win-win, surely. Turns out there's a little bit more to it than that. To find out a little bit more, I've come here to Dyfi Bike Park to catch up with 2023 World Champion Charlie Hatton and all-round bike park shredder and park rat Horatio Foster. Charlie has helped Atherton Bikes develop World Cup and World Champion winning bikes, whilst Horatio, when it comes to putting in multiple laps and really giving bike parts a thrashing, he's your man. Today, they're going to let me know exactly what goes into real product testing, as well as showing me a few of their local lines.
Oh my God.
So this is Dyfi Bike Park, situated in the Dyfi Valley in mid-Wales and just a stone's throw away from Atherton Bikes HQ. Having some of the gnarliest trails in the UK on your doorstep is super helpful when it comes to product testing. And it means that when they have a prototype, they can take it from the prototype in their HQ to the trails super fast. This was particularly helpful for their race team when it came to developing their new A200G belt-driven race bike along with their S200 bike park bike. It's also a great place where they come to test bike components that go on these bikes, such as the FSA gradient bars and stem. Before any of these bikes and their components hit the trails, there's a lot of computer and lab testing that goes on behind the scenes. This is to ensure that the products are safe for when the riders get their hands on them. After all, there really is nothing better than real-world testing out on the trails. If you're interested in what goes into testing FSA components, Owen did a factory tour over on GMBN Tech a little while ago. For today though, I'm going to catch up with the guys and they're going to take me through my paces, showing me what it's really like to test these products going flat out at Dyfi Bike Park. So Charlie, testing products is a big part of being a pro rider. Is it something you would say you enjoy?
Yeah, I definitely enjoy it. I mean, as a racer, you're always trying to find the fastest product. So yeah, just going through the process, eliminating the things that are slower, things that work, things that don't work. Yeah, I really enjoy it, to be fair. And
is your sole concern when you are product testing, is it just what's fastest, or do you consider sort of how that's going to work for the public? Or
It's really tricky, actually, because sometimes you test things and they feel amazing, then you get it on the clock and it's actually slower. Yeah, I mean, as a racer, you're always looking for the fastest thing, so yeah. Not really looking for the public, sorry.
For sure. And then, like, what would you say are some of the key attributes that make you such a good sort of tester of products?
I think it's just being open to trying stuff and not being stubborn and set in your ways. You've got to be willing to try lots of different things. Like you have to do run after run after run after run. The more data you can get, the better the end result's going to be. So
when it comes to race season, are you fairly, by that point, have you kind of closed things off, or are you still sort of constantly testing things throughout the race season?
That's something I've really struggled with this year, actually. Obviously, this winter we had the brand new bike, so spent loads and loads of time testing it. Felt like we really made a lot of progress with it. And then as soon as the race season came around, we were so busy, back-to-back races, and found it very tricky to test. Just have the time to test, really, because when you're back-to-back racing, you can't really go and do a few days riding somewhere, you know. So yeah, that's actually been quite hard this season, but looking forward to getting stuck into another winter because we got some cool stuff to try, and yeah, it should be good.
That brings me perfectly onto the FSA cockpit that you've got. Is this something, like, obviously this being such an important part of your bike, it's one of the most important contact areas, is this something you're super specific about, or are you fairly sort of relaxed with it?
No, I'm pretty picky, actually. Yeah, bar roll, things like that. I mean, you've tested all winter, so you've got to get it absolutely perfect. And yeah, I am quite picky when it comes to that sort of thing. I mean, yeah, like I say, it's a massive point of contact. So yeah, I think it's super important.
And were FSA pretty good in terms of getting you a really good array of products that you could test back to back? Was that something you did a lot
so we had quite a few products to test at the start, but to be honest, we were very fortunate that they actually smashed it out in pretty much the first batch. So yeah, we got not lucky, but they did a great job. So I was super happy with the bar almost from the get-go, and yeah, not really looked back since. So yeah, it's been good.
And one of the things that really interests me about sort of a lot of the World Cup downhill races is they seem to be going for aluminium bars over carbon. Is that purely for comfort, or is it something you think about feel? Do you get better sort of feedback from from an aluminium bar?
Yeah, I always like the aluminium bar, to be honest, just with the compliance it gives, and the carbon bars are also good, but for me it's just preference with the alloy bar, to be honest.
Wicked. Well, that's quite enough of me talking. Should we get on with some riding?
Let's go.
What have you got to say to the camera, mate?
My name's Pookie. This is my first day driving at Dyfi Bike Park. I hope I'm smashing it.
Yeah. Smoothest drive I've ever had at Dyfi Bike Park. Shout out to Pookie.
Big up, boys. Have a good one.
See ya. I'm not sure I'm ready for this. Going at the speed of a World Cup racer. Oh my goodness. Woo-hoo-hoo! While some of these changes might be big, like going to a gearbox system on the Atherton's A200 prototype, other changes are more subtle, and as a product tester you need to be able to determine the differences, the positives and the negatives, and feed those back to product engineers. As an example of this, let's take a look at FSA's Gradient i29 wheels and their new Gradient i30s. At a glance, these wheels look very similar. However, upon closer inspection, the differences become apparent. And when you fit them to your bike, you can feel them when you ride them too. One of the more subtle changes that can be seen on these i30 wheels are their turreted spoke holes. This has been added to give greater compliance to their wheels. When it comes to engineering compliance, it's very hard to just use lab test data, so what you really need is rider input, and this is going to tell you not only how the bike feels when you're riding it, but also how good it feels when you strap a turn. Brands like FSA will use a multitude of riders across different disciplines and different styles to get a better understanding of exactly what gravity-focused wheels need to go through. Whilst lab testing itself is really good for getting consistent data, we all know how unpredictable it can get out there on the trails. Just to take my own wheels as an example, I've used these for multiple bike park laps, loads of local loops, and I even raced them at the Red Bull Urban Downhill earlier this year. Rich as well took these wheels out to the Enduro 2 in Verbier and raced them over multiple days. They're still running true and strong, and that's proof enough to me of how tough they are. So, Horatio, we're here at Dyfi Bike Park. You're not an out-and-out mountain bike racer, but you are heavily involved when it comes to mountain biking products. How do you find product testing?
Yeah, I mean, I love it. Definitely not a racer. Call me more of a park rat. But I think, you know, Dyfi Bike Park's the perfect place to test products. It's harsh on bikes, harsh on components. I really enjoy it. Like, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. You've got to be out in the driving rain and the wind and, you know, things do go wrong, but yeah, it's good.
How many laps on average have you done this year, like, of the bike park, would you say?
Got to be a lot of laps. I don't know, 1,000?
1,000 laps, yeah. Would you find yourself kind of very in tune with your bike, or do you test products more for longevity? You kind of just ride them until they break?
It's probably more of a longevity thing. Charlie, you know, being an out-and-out racer, will have more of a feel as to what a product should feel like. But I feel like I'm fairly in tune, and I'm definitely more, you know, inside that corner as many times as possible and see when it fails.
Yeah.
Whereas a racer might be more getting the smooth line down the track. I'm looking for the roughest and the most harsh.
Yeah, and I think that's super important. And one of the things that FSA really sort of value is making sure that their products are tested by a wide variety of athletes. Yeah. And you can give feedback on spoke tensions holding up, like wheels, how they're kind of holding up in terms of visually how they look, and also obviously when they do eventually break. Now, do you find psychologically it's quite hard when you know that you are testing, say, an unproven product?
Yeah, I think you need some form of faith in the product from the start.
Yep.
You need to know that there's that history there, that it's good. And then it's just making sure that it's right for the end consumer and it's going to hold up to the years of abuse that it should.
So you're riding the new Gradient i30 carbon wheels, and you've been riding for quite a while. What would you say are any of the highlight features of the new wheel set?
Yeah, so for me, I think it's probably the compliance combined with the strength. So they've got straight pull spokes with an asymmetric spoke bed. So the tension on the spokes is very even, and you can really feel that. You know, between the left and the right-hand corner, it feels very similar. Yeah. And the strength is really, really good, and it's a nice compliant wheel. Doesn't beat you up too much.
And they've got the new hub system as well.
Yeah.
Do you find that when you're like doing lots of big days out in the bike park or you're pedaling a lot, do you find that you get a much more responsive sort of pickup on the hubs?
Yeah, so it's a ratchet system, 72 points of engagement, and it sounds great.
Yeah.
But I go through bearings a lot.
Yep.
Inside in corners, and it's held up really, really well. I've been super impressed.
Well, that's probably quite enough of us talking. We're sitting on this wicked shark swim feature. I reckon we push up and have a bit of a hit of it, don't we?
Yeah, let's do some biking.
Nice one.
Cheers.
So there we have it, guys. That is a day of testing here at Dyfi Bike Park. I can't thank Charlie and Horatio enough for showing me along today and showing me what truly goes into testing products here and what goes into it. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.